I think, yeah, now we are live. Hey everyone, a very good evening. Hope all of you have a very good start to your week. Welcome to the episode number 2 of the TLC Talk with Sachin Daya. And in today's session, we have a very esteemed leader of TLC Helios Mastermind, Mr. Gautam Vivek. He is a diabetes reversal lifestyle coach. First of all, thank you so much, Gautam ji, for joining us today in this session. And a very warm
My
welcome.
pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah. So before just starting, why not you just share about a bit about your background exactly and your backstory, how you started in the coaching section, a bit intro about yourself with the audience.
Okay, so my brief introduction about corporate life, just a bit. I was working with NTPC,
Mm-hmm.
and I superannuated as a general manager. I spent my time in strategic planning
Mm-hmm.
and a much larger time in energy sustainability.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2012, when I was I think just about 52, turned 52,
Mm-hmm.
I was found to be high diabetic in a campus. They were doing some campaigns
Mm-hmm.
on the campus itself. So
Yeah.
when they first tested me, I was shocked because I never thought I would have no high sugar levels.
Mm-hmm.
So are we still connected? Because I can't see the pictures. Okay. So
Yeah.
so I said, well, in fact the monitor
Uh,
flashed 440.
Sorry to cut you off, Gautam ji. I can't see your video actually. Can you just check once?
I
Your video is
It is
not there.
coming in.
I can't see you actually. Your audio is coming.
Yeah, I actually haven't changed any setting. It is flashing once it came, and then let me
Okay.
see. I think it may be a connectivity issue, but I see the signal is just about okay. Shall I change the signal?
If you can just check, it would be great.
Not the Zoom is not responding. I think I have to relog. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, but your video is not
Let
there.
me relog in because I Zoom not responding. It says
Okay, no
so.
issues. Yeah,
Let
you
me
can
just
go.
log out and
Sure, sure, sure. In the meanwhile, we all have gone through these technical glitches. So let me just share with all of you what this mastermind is all about. In the meanwhile, Gautam ji is fixing his issues. So we are bringing this new talk show, the TLC talk with Sachin Daya, where we are getting to know more about our leaders in TLC Helios, where we have a good community of coaches, speakers, trainers, and how they have transformed their life and how they have started as an individual and how TLC is helping them. So just a brief, success stories, their transformative stories through the session. We're trying to make available to all of you through these live sessions, through these live casual interactions with our leaders. So I think Gautam ji is back. Are you there, Gautam ji? Okay, I think he's still fixing the issue. So this is what we are doing through this live session, and I hope you have enjoyed the first session, the first episode of the TLC Talk with Suchendriya, where I've interviewed one of our leader, Dr. Al Sharma there, and today we are having another guest, Mr. Gautam Vivek. He is a diabetes reversal lifestyle coach, and we're gonna listen to his transformative story, how he went into his business, how he go about his business in training, coaching, and what is that one moment he felt that coaching is something that he should go into, he should pursue in his life, and how he is impacting and how is his experience and all those things. So this is what we're gonna be exploring during this interview. Please stay till the end because you're gonna learn a lot about him, how he is doing his things, and why TLC is a platform where you can interact with these like-minded people and you can make your business much more engaging, much more income independence in your life. So I think we are just facing a technical glitch. As you all know, in today's time, everything is on technology. He will be joining us very shortly. I think he's just fixing his issues. And in the meanwhile, let me share about TLC. What is TLC, right? So TLC is a like-minded community and global community, in fact, for the authors, coaches, trainers, speakers, or in fact, as we call it, teachers who want to impact the people to impact the general lives through their business, through their profession. And this is how we are bringing this success stories with all of you. So we have this global mastermind community that we are building currently, where we have more than 700 such individuals inside our mastermind community, and we are helping these individuals and growing their business and create that impact in people's lives, so that they can also create that impact, independence, and generate more income through their coaching and training business. So this is what our aim is. We would just want to impact millions lives who are doing this, and we are expanding globally as well. So this is one motive of ours, is that we just want to create that impact and bring a implementation platform for all the people out there. They can implement their things, and they can accelerate their coaching business, because since in today's time everybody is after the coaches and trainers, nobody is giving the actual real implementing platform where you can get the hand holding from the people, and from the mentors, from the from the people, those who are already into that already into this coaching and training business. I think we have back Mr. Gautam.
I'm back again. Can you hear me now?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Gautam ji. Yeah, we can see you and we can hear you completely. So again, I think let's just start. I was just asking about your backstory. If you don't mind starting again and sharing with the audience. Can you hear me, Gautam ji? I think he's still not able to hear us. I think he's fixing his issues.
Okay. Back again.
Yeah. So I was. Thank you so much for welcome back once again to TLC Talk with Sachin here. Again, I would request you to share a bit about yourself, back journey, how you went get into coaching, and a bit about yourself, to the audience.
So my transition. First of all, a very warm welcome to this meeting. I mean, I'm not a host, but I'm your friend because I am from the same community. And thank you for inviting me for this talk. So my transition to this is rather recent, because I superannuated from NTPC, where I was working as a general manager, spent a lot of time in strategic planning and energy sustainability. And in 52, so when I turned 52, that is in year 2012, I was found to be very diabetic with very high blood sugars. The test was being done on campus, and so the monitor flashed 440. So what should have been a jolt for me, I was completely dismissive. I said, no, I don't believe this. I'm absolutely fine. And then they did other tests, and they tested me for average sugars for 3 months, and that too turned out to be very high. That was not the journey. So in fact, this was kind of setback initially. When I received the news, I remember when I was sent to the hospital, I was sitting there and I was thinking to myself कि भैया उल्टी गिनती शुरू हो गई है. मतलब अब generally you initially refuse to believe, but the fact is that aging is a natural process, and you will eventually begin to crumble and all that. But what I really did not know कि ये मेरे लिए एक बहुत बड़ा turning point था. और फॉर्चुनेटली मेरी मुलाकात विद इन कपल ऑफ डेज एक डॉक्टर से हुई, जिनको जानता था मैं पहले से, तो उन्होंने संडे को बुलाया, एंड दैट 1 hour that he spent me on a Sunday was transformational. So one side we have this diabetes experience or this thing. I also been a coach. I did some programs where I was coach, and I had a sense of tasted what it is to be a coach, and it was one of the most satisfying part of my learning, the growth. Very precious time. So when I superannuated, I thought, let me take it forward, because I had already established a community of 400 people, and many of them had huge transformational So that was just the beginning. So to respond to your first question, how I got into this is how I got into a health issue, and I thought when I started helping people or supporting people, I found it is very satisfying. So let me combine the coaching abilities, because merely telling people and sharing knowledge was not good enough. So that's how I started focusing on the coaching bit.
Oh, great. So if I have to ask you, when you are going through the transformation from being, when you yourself face that diabetes thing, your health issues, and when you are going through, so was it in your mind whether you were looking for that kind of coaching yourself, or whether you're looking for something like that, someone can help you during that journey, so that you have some like-minded people around you, or you have those people where you can get the platform, right? तो ऐसे उस टाइम पे कुछ आपके दिमाग में था जब आप उस ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के थ्रू जा रहे थे, एज अ कोच आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, हेल्थ इशू होने के बाद, तो क्या वो प्लेटफॉर्म आप सर्च कर रहे थे, या व्हाट यू आर लैकिंग एट दैट मोमेंट, ऐसा कुछ?
So I dabbled in many things, and I had many things on my mind. I wanted to do something which was transformational. Uh, Money was not the main thing. I wanted money to come as a result of whatever I do, and I do from heart, because there are many businesses I can do today
Yeah.
which can generate a lot of money, but I'm not opting for that.
Okay.
And so I wanted somewhere where I can, engage my abilities, feel self-expressed. So there was no strategy as such, I would say, because I think it was somewhere in the background. There was an itch to share it with people. So I started doing it. It was just a 6 weeks uh, campaign that we did. So 15, 20, 30, 40 people, and then it kept growing. It's now going to be it's 3.5 years now almost.
Okay.
So people just kept growing, and the community kept growing. So only after some, it will grow to, I said, let's reach 100. It would be nice to have 100 people around, because not everybody is active. I mean, they're active at different levels. So someone, maybe 1 out of 20 or 1 out of 50 would do highly transformation work where मतलब उनकी शक्ल सूरत सीरत सब कुछ चेंज हो जाएगी, वो एक एग्जांपल बन जाते हैं. So you need to have a large community to have such examples. So but at certain point of time, then I start thinking, because हुआ क्या कि लोगों ने पूछना शुरू कर दिया. I mean, पहले तो एक बड़ा सिंपल था कि भाई मेरा ये ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हुआ, मैंने ये किया, इसकी वजह से मेरा ये ट्रांसफॉर्म हो गया. But the health is such a issue, or a disease is such a issue, that it is far more complex, and people keep asking you and keep going down, and they expect you somehow. I mean, it's almost like that syndrome guide में था ना वो, कि वो उसको वो मान लेते हैं कि आप फास्टिंग करोगे तो बारिश होगी, तो उस तरह से रिलेट करना शुरू कर दिया. It was very overwhelming. It was a very humbling experience. But so it is something that makes me dig deeper and research. And there's also another aspect of advocacy. मतलब कि बहुत कुछ है इस समय जो हम लोगों को बताया जा रहा है जो फ्लॉड है, या हेल्थ के बारे में कोई बात नहीं कर रहा, डिजीज के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. तो वो भी एक एस्पेक्ट है जहां पर हमें मतलब एक बहुत बड़ी आगे सामने वो है जिसको हमें चैलेंज करना है. क्योंकि आप किसी से कुछ भी बात करते हैं तो एक ऑलरेडी एस्टैब्लिश ऑर्डर है, यू आर चैलेंजिंग दैट ऑर्डर. So all this makes the whole thing very challenging, very satisfying. So anything which is challenging only something that is challenging can be satisfying. So I think there's a natural calling that has been there. So let me not pretend that I all strategize all this. But yes, after it grows to a point, then I started, kind of being strategic about it. क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, how can I take you to 1,000 people or 10,000 people or 1 million people.
Great. I think quite insightful है आपकी story, especially when जिस तरीके से आप go through किया उस disease and health problem से, the way you have changed yourself, and then you want to share that, as you said that वो एक itch था that I want to share my journey, that I have transformed with people and just want to add value to them. So the next again taking you back to your younger days, I just want to know about yourself personally. How was your kind of person? Like coaching का रुझान उस तरफ में भी था आपका जब when you were your younger age? I'm talking about your working time, not like way 20s and 30s, but yeah 30s, 40s, 50s, when you were in that age. Like have you ever thought about coaching or helping? क्या उस टाइम पे भी एक वो होता है ना आपका, you have that inclination toward helping people, creating that impact, to creating those things. So you used to have that point of time on as well, or ये बस after that health transformation जो आपका उसके बाद आपके अंदर ये coaching का system आपका लगा?
So I think there is around in my late 30s or mid 30s, I had very specific programs that I did where I got very formal transformational programs being done and coaching. Later on, I became
Yeah.
coach, voluntary coach in that, and I spent many long time coaching people, which was personally very rewarding. But मैं देखता हूँ कि मेरे अंदर ये streak थी, क्योंकि एक जो क्वेश्चन मैं हमेशा ड्वेल करता था और करता हूँ, that is why it is the way it is. If you look at most conversations that happen around us, we say ये ऐसा है, वो वैसा है, हम भारतीय ऐसे होते हैं, वो ऐसे होते हैं. That is, you are kind of giving a judgment on that. Okay, fine. I am like this, you are like that. But why it is the way you are, I think that's we need to dig deeper.
Yeah.
And can we do something about it? Can some conversations or interventions make a difference to that? So it was more of a life coaching that period, and I spent many time thinking about it. I like every day to get up and think about things. And I think at some point in time I might write a book on life coaching itself. I mean, that
Okay.
it's not gone. It's not that I'm completely so that which is there. And there are friends in the community itself where we keep talking about it. And so kept alive. And see, even if you look at the health coaching, it is totally cannot be separated from life coaching. Because क्या है हमारे बारे में कि हम जब जानते हुए भी नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, हमको पता है कि ये कॉस्ट है हमारी, अगर हम फिर भी हम नहीं करते, तो हमारे बिलीफ सिस्टम में ऐसा क्या है? What are our fears? What is how, like you are a habit coach, I mean, why we are not able to break habit, and we pay very, very dearly for it. And it is not for some set of people, it's for the whole humanity. So as to answer, I mean, to sum it up, I started my journey from formal manner, let's say when I was 35, 36. And it has kept growing. I've done some transformation. It's like, it excites me. But now, for some time now, I'm going to combine that ability with health coaching.
No, I think one thing I would like to add here is that we also have seen you in your TLC community as well. The way you have been very thoughtful about certain things. This is how supposed to be. These things are. So we always, I think everybody in share, this is with your experience and with your thought process. That we share your communication. That we share your suggestions, how we can improve the things and all. So I think we can totally, correlate to that. Whatever you have said, that you used to ask these questions to yourself. A deep thinking on certain aspect of life. So we can see that tinge of yours in our TLC community as well. So thank you so much for answering this. Now coming back to this coaching journey. So how did you find TLC? I mean, how your interaction happened with TLC? You can just share the very first time you attended the webinar, or what exactly, how you get to know about TLC.
So I have appetite for learning. And when I came out, I mean, immediately after my superannuation, I started trying to enroll in different courses, and I actually lost a lot of time and money in enrolling into wrong kind of courses. So there was a course on writing a book, and it all seems as writing big promises and all that. Then there was a course on different types, so like NLP and this and that. But I think what I really needed is something like TLC, which is like one umbrella where everything is available within that umbrella. And it is not just a program. It is not like a one program that you do and you get out. It's like it's an ongoing learning. And I always had that notion about learning. It is not कि आप 3 दिन का program करके आ गए कहीं से and then वो dissipate हो जाता है. उसमें कुछ तो रह जाता है, but काफी कुछ evaporate हो जाता है. But यहाँ daily basis पे, you learn, either you're watching a video, a course you're doing, or you're engaging with somebody. So TLC that way has been a very comprehensive learning platform. क्योंकि इसमें सारे aspects of in terms of knowledge अगर आप देखें वो framework है पूरा. Coaching का भी है, how to do business का भी है, and technology का है, social media में कैसे आप अपने आप को grow करना है. Then there's also conceptual framework in terms of what you want to achieve, in terms of you want to have income, you want to have independence. There are 3 I's, right? Income, independence, and influence, impact.
Influence.
So I think that's a lovely framework.
So how's your journey so far? I mean, you can just share when you joined TLC, how you joined, your interaction with, through a Facebook ad, or you got to know about, how you got to know about TLC, and then how is your journey so far when you have spent months into this community?
So I joined TLC when TLC itself was in its infancy. And you know that when we met first time, we were meeting. I did not even know that time, and I kind of just bought one program, and that was so it was my good fortune that I enrolled into that program, and that program itself took me to the entire system, not just a program. So you contacted me. I think we got in touch.
Yeah.
And from there on, then there were just handful people that time. I did not know what we're getting into, but I love the idea of community and exchanging ideas. And then I've been finding with each member coming, the energy of the group has been going up. Each one has something special to contribute. I find so TLC, my journey has been very fulfilling. It's from a practical point of view. It's on a daily basis. I need to make myself accountable, and it is a difficult thing. You can, but if there is an environment there, because for any project to happen, for any learning to happen, you need will, skill, and environment. I have a very simple approach to that. So the skills are there. It's all stacked there. Will, you may have sometimes less, you may have sometimes more. But because of the induction effect of the environment, will factor of goal. So you say, no, I have to complete my book. Life takes over sometimes, and those things go in background. But there's a whole idea is to keep coming back again and again. And there's a support, there's a buddy system. So that way, I think it is very valuable environment it provides of learning, of transforming yourself. Many people who have not had the opportunity to speak in forums, it's a great opportunity, because वो कहते हैं ना कि आपने हाथ पकड़ के धीरे धीरे, तो पहले चाहे 2 लाइनें बोलनी है, फिर 4 लाइनें बोलनी है, फिर 10 मिनट बोलना है, फिर so, and then you say, why not design a program 1.5 hours like webinar design? So public speaking is there, book writing is there. There are so many aspects to this.
Absolutely.
And like, for example, my book is more or less there. In terms of content, but for it to happen, so I now expect it to happen. I've decided that within the next couple of weeks, I'll have my book. And I think TLC has a very important contribution role in that. And especially like to thank the chair, my good friend, Dr. Smita Malik. Sorry, I always I pause and try and exercise caution. I still so we have two Smitas. One is Dr. Smita. So Dr. Smita Mittal has been extremely encouraging and supporting. And I think I must give her the credit in my book for getting the book complete.
I think,
and of course, you. You're doing a fabulous job of keeping us together, and it's a very daunting task, because you're trying to make authors of people who have never written. You making them speak. There are many things happening at the same time. It gets overwhelming, but I think that's the idea.
I think Gautam, you are very kind. Let me just share with the viewers as well. He's also one of our esteemed lead council chair. He's handling the technology part, and he's very pro at it. And so thank you so much for giving your services as far as lead council chair is concerned.
Thank you.
One of the biggest challenge in today's time, especially the coaches is facing, is one of the challenges, yes, business, but apart from that, technology is one of the main pain problem for a lot of coaches, trainers, teachers, especially in COVID era. So thank you so much, Gautam ji, for that. And I think in today's time, what people look is for a community, right? There are a lot of programs out there. You're gonna find a lot of things that people are selling, not only in India, outside as well. But one thing that is lacking is that hand-holding, because when you implement things, you're gonna have those doubts. You're gonna have those questions in your mind, and who is there to answer those questions? So we have Guru Murali Sundaram, the founder, the co-creator Sudhir Khollam, who's there to help us out. Be it your book writing, be it your business model, be it your coaching content, whatever. So we are very, very blessed to have the founders and the co-creator like him, like both of them. And you have rightly put it that environment is what people need today, because the kind of environment you are having in your life and the people surround you, that speaks a volume about how long you can go and where you can go. Because when you have like-minded people in one community, when you see people growing, they have certain aspect to add to your life. You have certain aspect to add in their life. They collectively combine together, and this is what the community is all about. The environment is all about. So moving on, Gautamji, next question is again related to, if I have to ask you, what is that unique thing, one unique thing you want to say about TLC that you find stand apart from the rest of the programs or rest of the systems that you are part of? So any one thing, any unique thing that you want to help, you want to say, you want to share?
I would have liked to say more than one, but now that you
Yeah.
insist on one, I would like to say it is the community, because frankly speaking, learning is there elsewhere as well, in the sense that
Yeah.
courses are there,
Yeah.
but the community is a very important component of the entire system that we have.
Hmm. Great, great, absolutely. I think we are
I
proud
find
to,
very
yeah, we are proud to share that we are creating this learning and implementing community environment where people can feel that they have the accountability, they have that environment, they have that hand holding they need in their coaching. Next question is again, Gautamji, for you, is about specifically only about your coaching part. If you want to share with the viewers what exactly you do as a coach in diabetes reversal lifestyle coach, and any program you are having for them, if they want to enroll, if they want to connect with you, anything you want to
yeah.
share?
So I actually am having a community for people where I, on a regular basis, it's like giving them environment and also knowledge, same skill build, skill and
Mm-hmm.
environment. But so I have not yet got professional. I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing pro bono coaching.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, so one program that I have recently launched
Mm-hmm.
is called Alive. ALIVE. It's an acronym. 21-day program. So Alive 21. A stands for first assessing your health.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the one tool that's over the years is going to become very, very rich, because we are going to draw upon many body of knowledge and
Mm-hmm.
expertise. So not truly the modern so-called lab test that will be
Mm-hmm.
there definitely, but there will be other like when you used to meet Ayurvedic doctor, he would look at your color of your eye and the pain in the body and spend time. So, and we at some point in time we may like to introduce AI in this. Where so this is my vision
Wow.
about this thing that a probabilistic model, like
Mm-hmm.
heart, and more information is coming. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, medicine is evolving, and so also, there's something known as functional medicine. We are
Mm-hmm.
trying to incorporate that. So, assessing and accepting where you stand, because most people say, "I'm fine." If you're 30, you will nothing would show up, because many of things are just underlying. So then, L is to learn uh, what needs to be done, but that's not enough. Many times. So you need to implement it, and for that
Yeah.
you need us.
Yeah.
And because we have done many iterations, you may be vegetarian, or you may be just you may be allergic to eggs, or you may be someone who loves certain kind of food and cannot leave it at all. And
Mm-hmm.
so we try to find your strength. So disease is one that diagnostic will do. Is another diagnostic that we is you. So what is your strength? There are people that will say, एक बार कह दिया तो कह दिया, नहीं खाना है तो नहीं खाना है. And then they say, no, I will transform. There's that kind of people. And then they say, नहीं साहब हम रोटी कैसे छोड़ सकते हैं?
Yeah.
So there are diverse people.
Yeah.
And so we give them, show them some uh, very clear evidence of what is possible, possibilities. They have been doing certain things many years, and they have not yet got, either whether it's obesity or some disease or in sense of well-being. So I is implementation. V is, as a result, you will then experience the signs of vitality, and you need to begin in the communication with yourself and start listening to the body. E is then based on the platform that we created now.
Mm-hmm.
You can take a leap and explore more, um, and experiment and explore. So this is Alive
Yeah.
21. That's the program. So I've suspended the program because I'm writing the book. So I may start taking some cases, but we do a rigorous scanning of who we are going to take.
Mm-hmm.
Because the program is free. So we need to have commitment,
Yeah.
because we involve many people. There are doctors on board, there are other people on board, and their time should not be wasted. What are they looking is to at least make an impact. has to be something at stake.
Absolutely.
But soon, I think the professional program will also come soon, within a
All right.
couple of
Okay.
months.
Great. And how people can connect with you? Do you have anything to offer to them, like any WhatsApp link, how they can become part of your community?
Yeah, so I have a WhatsApp group. I will share that with you, and you can share that. I know how will you share, or
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
in the.
We'll do it. Yeah.
Apart from that, I have social media forums where I'm increasingly I'll be posting more and more and more, and I like to be creative about it.
Great.
Engage people there, and would like to hear from them what they have to say, because we get very interesting learning from interacting with people.
Great.
Yeah, so we are on Facebook, and there's a special page, group rather, called Renew, RENYOU. So renewing you is renewing health. My Facebook, then the Instagram, LinkedIn, social media presence is there. YouTube, we are going to post more and more. You can follow us there. And then, of course, my website is coming up very soon.
Great. Wow. So, if you want to become part of his community, if you want to know more about him, I will be sharing the link in the description of his WhatsApp group. You can connect with him. You can get to know more about his program, and you can just ask him the questions. Thank you so much, Gautam ji, and wishing you all the very best for the next upcoming programs. I'll be really watching you and just want to seeing you to grow more in this field, because it's so enriching for me as well. I'm feeling so excited when you are sharing this Live 21, because this is something very new and very unique concept that you are building. And since you are saying that you want to build it and taking a technology, AI also going to be there. So we are looking forward to that and wishing you all the very best. Now let's come to the rapid fire questions. So there will be 3 questions I'll be asking you. You have to answer within a word or a sentence, max to max. So
that it could have happened over coffee, like coffee carrot type of.
Yeah.
But don't ask controversial questions such that people get hurt.
Not at all. There
have been a lot of controversies there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we are not getting into that. So if I have to ask you, what TLC to you in one word? TLC is for you what? One word for TLC.
So it's a continuous valuable learning. One word, I will put hyphen and say valuable learning. Valuable learning environment, yes.
Accepted. Thank you. According to you, what today's authors, coaches, or speakers, trainers need? From your experience, what do you feel like? What is that one thing they should look at? What they need right now in this moment?
Well, I think they need to be very authentic to themselves, because see, there are millions of people who are now speaking. Why should they listen to you? Why should they read your book? Okay. Why should I invest even 5 minutes listening to you? If you are, as I say, it's your story which makes you very special. It's your own rich learning that makes you very special. So don't run after this thing. Yes, of course, it's more or less whatever everybody is saying, but in a certain framework, it makes it very unique. Makes us very unique the way we approach things. There's someone who's like I was talking to in our group, Vaishali, for instance. She's an emotional wellness coach for men, and I find she's offering something very special, because something very special happening at this point of time. And so that authenticity, we should not try to be somebody like someone.
Great. Very valuable point, and very valuable point. In fact, that why should people listen to you? Because you should have your unique authenticity when you're speaking to them. Your life experiences, your struggles, your challenges, how you overcome them. So all these in combined. So be authentic. This is one message from Mr. Gautam. Last question. If I have to ask you, your fun or memorable moment so far in TLC community in last, I think it's been how many months? I think if I have to ask, especially the TLC community, the masterminds, I think it's more than around 8 or 9 months that we are part of. From August, I think, we have built Helios from August. So since then, anything that you want to share? Any one memorable moment of TLC?
So, but TLC generally tends to be a very serious community. You don't have zero time hour for having fun. So everybody is given very tight. This thing you have to speak in 2 minutes, 5 minutes, this and that. So I in fact try to take panga and try to make it fun sometimes. But yes, one that we met, it was I think a good experience when we in person we met, when we found that it seems we knew each other from a long time. And special moment, I would narrate two small, just half a minute each.
Sure.
When I the like flame model, this flame was being discussed and with Guru Murali, and I was struggling with the idea that most of what I do is free. So how do you monetize it? And he says that, well, it is the money is in implementation. And suddenly something I realized, that I continue to give free, everything free, and yet people who want, and there will be some small percentage of people who need hand holding. They have special requirements. That is where we charge them.
Yeah, great.
Thank you. Also, Dr. Smita's one moment with Dr. Smita, she was listening. We were doing one-on-one, and I was making presentation, and when I ended the presentation, she was intently listening. At the end, she says, "You built the whole thing. You've given so much, but we end with everything in a platter as if it has no value." So these are very special feedbacks. You can keep 100 of those presentations and keep making the same mistake because there's no one out there to tell you that.
Yeah.
So I think fun moment aside, but these two are very special moments that I think I can recall.
Great. I think this is the power of community as well. Since we have people within the community, those who are ready and give the feedback, and in fact, people are so gracious that they are ready to receive the feedback as well. Like the way you have received, I'm sure you must have changed the presentation style after that. And special thanks again once to the lead council in Helios Mastermind, and special thanks to the gurus, those who have created this mastermind community, and the way they are hand-holding us, the way they are providing their knowledge, their implementation, their suggestions, their feedback. I'm sure it's gonna multifold in coming time. So thank you so much, Gautam ji, for sharing your journey, sharing more about yourself with open heart. It was great listening to you. Your coaching journey,
pleasure.
And just to heart connection with you today.
I enjoyed talking to you, and I always enjoy participating in the forum. So thank you for inviting. I mean, these half an hour also has been a part of my growth process. So
absolutely. So thank you so much for being sharing this valuable insight from your end. So that's it from today's episode. Hope all of you must have got the insight from Mr. Gautam's Vivek journey as a coach in TLC community, how he has transformed his life, and now how he is transforming and creating that impact in people's life, and listen to his plans in future. So we'll be looking forward.
And you look forward to my book, which is called the Unblock Bodies Intelligence for Health and Wellness. That which simply means don't come in the way of body, let body do its work. So don't you will see it soon on the stands.
Now we're gonna interview once again when your book will be out. So we're gonna again bring Mr. Gautam to our platform, and to take his book to a lot of people so that they can learn from his experience and get that knowledge and then implement that. So thank you once again, Gautam ji. It was wonderful having you. Thank you so much, viewers, for joining us today. Hope the session was useful, and I will see you in the next Monday with another such esteemed leader from TLC Helios, where we are listening to his or her transformative journey, how she is transforming her life, and then how is creating that impact, independence, and income in his coaching journey. Thank you so much. Till then, take care.
Thank you.
Stay
Bye.
safe. Bye.
Take care.
Thank you, Gautam ji.
Good night. Bye.
Good night.